大家好，香港時間依家係星期四早上嘅10:35，收睇緊嘅係 Action World 世界頻道同埋 Facebook 直播。希望大家支持我哋世界嘅製作，透過 patreon.com/action 或者我哋嘅宗教節目 givesandgo.com/safehk， 等我哋有更加多嘅資源，走最遠嘅路。嗱，今日咧我哋咧請嚟嘅互動嘉賓咧有 Fleck 喺度，咁佢係香港的最後自由 Hong Kong Final Days of Freedom 嘅監製同埋導演，啱啱咧喺2個禮拜之前咧就喺羅省嘅一個影院嗰度咧做咗首映嘅，咁我就今日咧盡量個互動啦，會係大部分都係用英文啦，咁會有少少廣東話嘅。Sean, it's a pleasure to have you appearing at Action World Channel.
Thank you. I really appreciate you offering me this time and opportunity to talk about our film.
Yeah. Now, it has been, about 7 or 8 weeks since we last met in Taipei, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes, I got your name. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then you were doing the final editing, final interview of your documentary. Yeah, at that time. Yeah, that's how we met.
Yes, that's correct. I was given your name by another activist in Taiwan who said that you were there, and we arranged our meeting and did our interview. And that's correct.
Right. And the documentary itself, it's just like in the thumbnail, it's Hong Kong, the final days of freedom. Now, of course, most people know that there was the enactment of the NSL National Security Law, and then also likely coming Friday, the Article 23 of the Basic Law will be enacted, meaning that there's very little space for freedom in Hong Kong.
That's correct. The NSL squashed all the basic rights that were given to them by the British. Freedom of the press was squashed. You no longer could go out on the street. Right to assemble was taken away, and your basic, freedom of speech was squashed as well. And they're even saying now that even if you have an old copy of Apple Daily, lying around, that might even be seditious. I mean, that's just ludicrous to go so far to try and prevent the people from saying what they deserve, the rights that they were given. And they can't even express that openly anymore without fear of going to jail.
Right. 頭先我哋講緊咧，如果你揸住一個蘋果日報嘅任何一份刊物啊或者係蘋果日報嘅報紙都可能咧就係煽動罪。So this seditious intent, they can use it whatever way they want. I mean, the government.
Right. The law was also written so vaguely that there's a red line, but nobody knows where the red line is, and the goalposts are always being moved. If something happens and they don't like it, they can just charge you with it, and they say, "Oh, it's a national security violation," and there's no real clear definition of what the national security law is.
Now, I want to first of all congratulate you because this documentary already won quite a few awards, right? Is that
Yes,
true?
That's correct. We just won another one this morning, so we're up to 12 awards so far.
Wow. And the main character in the movie, it's with the Alliance Group, that's with Lee Cheuk-yen.
Right. We interviewed Lee Cheuk-yen was amazing. We were given his contact by a media fixer in Hong Kong, and when we went to go talk to him, he has done this so many times. He was an excellent interviewer, and he was so well informed. And what I find amazing about Lee Cheuk-yen is that even though with the threat of the national security law, he didn't stop. He knew that he was most likely going to go to prison, and it didn't stop him at all. He went strong, and he testified at a U.S. House committee the day the national security law passed. So I have much respect for Lee Cheuk-yen.
Yeah. And he represents the Alliance, the group that commemorate the June 4th candlelight vigil.
Right. And also, as you know, they banned the candlelight vigil in 2020 in the name of COVID. 2021, they banned it ever since. And Hong Kongers, they're trying to erase the memory of Tiananmen Square, not only from mainland, but from Hong Kong. They closed the June 4th museum and they banned all the Tiananmen Square vigils on June 4th. It's, a basic right, freedom of speech, and they can't even do that.
Yeah. Now, before I ask you further what inspired you to do this documentary, Sean, is it possible to show us maybe 45 seconds of your the clip?
Sure.
That you yeah.
Let's see here.
咁我哋而家會係頭嗰45秒啦，個香港的最後自由 Hong Kong Final Days of Freedom。而家我哋會係用一個最原始嘅方法，就係阿 Sean 咧會用佢部手機咧 show 俾大家睇。
Okay, sure. Let's see.
We insist that condemning the Tiananmen massacre every year with a candlelight is no crime.
I'm Richard Jiang. I'm the chairman of the Hong Kong Alliance, and I was a Tiananmen Square massacre survivor. The nature of the Communist Party is to control and rule without any challenge.
My name is Samuel Chu. I'm a human rights organizer in the United States and Hong Kong. On Thursday, July 30th, I woke up a fugitive, wanted under Hong Kong's national security law, punishable with life in prison.
I have been receiving threatening calls or letters saying that you have to be sent to mainland China to stand trial. It is terrifying.
CCP aggression is the foremost challenge that our country faces.
The Communist Chinese Party want to be the world superpower.
Hong Kong has always been on the front line for freedom. And when our values is being violated, we stand up.
China's new security law will be seeking the arrest of domestic and foreign activists.
The new law threatens critics of the Chinese government with possible life imprisonment.
Everything that we treasure, freedom of assembly, freedom of the press, freedom of speech, all that was gone overnight.
I think it's pretty good. Sean.
Yes.
I think it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If people want to see the whole film,
thank you for showing up.
they can go to our website, hkfinaldays.com.
Right.
Okay. So
HK.
Yeah, it was really.
Yeah.
Right. What inspired me to do this was I've been visiting Hong Kong ever since 2014. I'd gone almost every year. And due to my work, with video and stuff like that, I've been very fortunate to travel all around the world. And no place has ever hit me like Hong Kong.
I think we got some interviews.
I'm sorry? Uh-oh. Did we lock up?
I don't know whether this is internet cyber attack, but you were frozen just now.
Yeah, I saw that. Let me see.
Now we're back okay. Seems like we're okay.
So should I start over?
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, basically what got me interested in Hong Kong was I've been going to Hong Kong ever since 2014. I've gone almost every year. And due to my work with video work, I've traveled all around the world, and I've never been to any place that has hit me like Hong Kong. It's such an amazing city. I love the food, the culture, the people. I just found it such a vibrant and beautiful city. And I've been going back ever since 2014. And then 2019, when the protests came, I went over and I figured this would be a great opportunity to document what's going on. Because I was hearing horrible things from friends of mine who were there saying, oh, this is happening, that's happening.
Well, definitely there's some cyber attack.
Let's see.
That means you're watching, which is a good thing, good and bad. We got the attention. The film is up. Yeah.
Are we good? I think we're okay.
Are we good? We're good now. We're good now.
Okay.
Yeah. There were some attack.
So do you want me to say
You
that
were
again,
saying
or?
yeah. there every year. Yeah, you were saying that.
Okay, I was saying basically every year I went to Hong Kong, and I found it such a beautiful and energizing city. And I've never been to any place like Hong Kong. And then 2019, when I saw the protests were breaking out, I thought it would be a great opportunity to go over and document what was going on. And when I was on the ground, it was horrible what was going on. All these Hong Kongers wanted was what was guaranteed to them, and they couldn't even give them that. The police abused their power. They arrested everybody. They were beating people, pepper spraying people. It was not good. It was a horrible scene.
Yeah. How long does it take you to do most of the filming in Hong Kong? And some of the activists that you interview, definitely they are outside of Hong Kong already. I saw
Right.
Joey Su, those are based in the US now. But the Hong Kong part, how much time have you spent filming with your producers and sub-producers?
Well, we filmed in 2019. I got there a little late. I got there around September, and I was there from September 2019 till February 11th, I'd say 2020. So we were filming then, and then we came back. When did we come back? Oh, we had crews in Hong Kong actually conducting interviews for us as well.
Right. Yeah,
So.
and then you were mentioning Lee Cheuk-yan was testifying in Congress a day before the NSL was enacted, was it?
That actually the day of. It was the day of. So Samuel Chu actually called him and told him, if you don't want to testify, I know, because this will put you in direct violation of the NSL. And he just did it. He still went and did a live testimony with Congress about the situation in Hong Kong, even though it was considered a NSL violation. So much respect to Lee Cheuk-yan for doing that.
When you say live testimony, that means flying over to DC to do it?
No, he did it by a video conference.
Oh, video conferencing. Okay.
Right.
And when I can't remember when Lee Cheuk-yan was arrested, because there were so many arrests at that time.
Right. He was arrested, I believe.
A few months afterwards.
Yeah, he was arrested a few months afterwards, because when we last interviewed him, he told me that he had 9 charges on him already. That, so he's still going through the process. He was charged, him and Jimmy Lai were charged with an illegal assembly, and that's, I believe, what got him arrested to begin with. And then they've been in jail ever since. Jimmy Lai is going on 1,000 days of being in prison without a trial, while his trial just started not too long ago. But he was in prison for almost 3 years without any trial or anything. Just waiting for his security trial.
Right. Now, I think I experienced a lot of interference on the internet. That happened. There's some cyber soldiers right now actually working for the Hong Kong under the Security Bureau. I don't know this whether or not, but I'll keep asking questions until we finish the regarding the documentary. Well, you already won 15? You mentioned 15 awards, right?
12 awards. We're up to 12, correct?
12. Okay. I know there is very high chance that in the World Hong Kong Forum, that the first stop, which is in San Francisco, in early April, we'll be showing it in the Berkeley area.
Yes, that's correct. We'll be showing it on April 6th at the Hong Kong World Forum in San Francisco. Yes.
Right. And I hope definitely, it's kind of gloomy to let you know that the third reading of the Article 23 likely will be performed this coming Friday. That means the Basic Law Article 23 will be effective um, as early as like Friday or next week. So it's
Right.
kind of a double whammy.
Yeah,
NSL
it's
plus Article
right.
23.
It's a worrying situation because I believe we discussed this before. Is the issue with that is you could possibly get charged under both laws. You could get charged with the mainland national security law, and then maybe you might even get charged in Hong Kong with Article 23.
Hmm.
So, that's a worrying concern.
Right. Tell me how you feel, because after we met in Taiwan, you landed Hong Kong, and you tell me, well, actually our WhatsApp conversation, we set it to, I can't even remember, 24 hours or a very short period of
Right.
time. It was a kind of a tense moment when you enter Hong Kong. But was it like a big extreme makeover since you last film in 2019? I mean, how do you feel about the city?
I mean, it still has the energy, but there's something missing. I mean, I talk to my friends, and like everybody kind of is going on with their lives because they really have no choice. But I think that a lot of people are still depressed about, everybody going to jail. And then you also have you have so many people. I believe 10,200 people are arrested during the whole protest, and a lot of them haven't even gone through trial yet. They're still backlogged. So there's still unanswered questions. What's going to happen to all these protesters that got arrested? And Hong Kongers, I mean, they're resilient, they're strong, so they're continuing on their journey, but you can tell that something is missing.
Right. Were you afraid when you enter, or kind of concerned when you board again, leaving Hong Kong for the US? Were you scared?
Well, I was concerned going in. I was like, I don't think I'll be arrested. I mean, but then again, you never know. I was thinking maybe the worst thing could happen is that denied entry, but our film was slowly being let out. Information was being let out. So I really didn't know, but I did have a sigh of relief once I got back on the plane to go back to the US.
Yeah. Right. Now, certainly this film, I don't think you can show it in the Hong Kong theaters.
No, unfortunately not.
Yeah. So it relies on the world audience to watch it. Maybe are you expecting, or are you hoping after the worldwide release that this documentary, which is very important, to be in one of the streaming networks later on?
Yes, we're actually in speaking with distributors now. So we haven't picked a distributor yet. We're going to go through the film festival circuit yet, try and win some more awards, and then go from there.
Yeah, you mentioned it's definitely an investment. It's not like a Star Wars investment, but it's still like an investment of a certain size. So I guess what is the highest purpose? Maybe this is the last thing I want to ask you for you to create this movie.
Well, I want to make people aware of what's actually going on in Hong Kong. And not only Hong Kong, we also touch about the plight of the Uyghurs, about the 2 million people locked up in the mainland just because of their ethnicity. And then we also talk about the Taiwan issue, which is very pertinent and on the forefront right now, about CCP trying to reunify Taiwan with them. And as we just saw, Taiwan overwhelmingly elected DPP again. So they don't want CCP in Taiwan. So we cover all those issues. I just want to make people aware of the situation that the CCP is putting, people through. And it's not only that, it's all around the world. As you just saw, there's the story about the cranes in the United States having spyware on them in the deep water ports. And, CCP is much more infiltrated in U.S. society and the world than I think a lot of people realize.
Yeah. And then I heard there is a decision as we are doing this live stream, whether TikTok can be used in the U.S. right today.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of TikTok. I never use TikTok myself, But you know, every little bit of information CCP can use against us is, you know, we're losing the battle. So we really need to pay attention and stay aware of what information is being put out there and how it's being used. I'm not exactly sure how CCP is using information from TikTok, but I'm sure they could be used against Americans,
Right.
you know, somehow.
Yeah. And Sean, I really look forward to work with you on these One Day World Hong Kong forum, because at first I was thinking about organizing a big one just like the last 2 years in Toronto, but since the Article 23 is pushed forward in supersonic speed, I think we have to make more stopovers in different cities, and looking forward to cooperate with you and let more people see the documentary in conjunction with my new book, which is talking about Hong Kong and also the forum. Oh, thank you. The Path to True Freedom.
Right there.
Thank you. Yeah. Have you got a chance to read it, by the way?
I've started reading it, but we've been so busy with doing final edits on the film. We're actually still doing final little cleanup and tightening it up. So we hope to have everything done hopefully by the end of next week. But we're always doing little tweaks to improve it.
Right. And let us know if there's any way we can help, especially on Article 23. Even now, the law will be put into effect. They say if you do a confession session with a priest, right, and the priest finds out, the priest has to disclose what's inside if it is so-called against national security, right?
Right.
So there's no privacy anymore.
No, there's not. It's unfortunately there's not.
Right.
And then you always have to worry about, is your neighbor going to say something, or, you know, you never know. So is somebody else going to speak or unwittingly turn you in, or it's a worrying situation. So we hope for our brothers and sisters in freedom in Hong Kong that they stay safe and be aware of the situation, and still make people around the world aware of the situation in Hong Kong, because it is really a terrifying situation for those still in Hong Kong.
Right. Okay, so I guess I'll put the clip. I mean the address, which is HK Final Days of Freedom.
Finaldays.com. HKfinaldays.com.
HKfinaldays.com. The shorter, the better. I'll put it in the description and on my YouTube interview with you today as well.
Okay. So all right. I look forward to seeing you in San Francisco on the 6th.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate it. And thank you to all your viewers as well.
Thank you.